Welcome back. Who's still top of the league?
We are.
That's right. Tottenham still top of the league. Who beat the Nomads from Woolwich?
We did.
Who owns North London?
We do.
Absolutely. So what did you think of the game?
I think Ara and Sissoko played better than they normally do. I think we played very well defensively. I think Son's and Kane's goal was very good. And it was quite stressful to watch.
In the second half?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Let's get back to that in a minute and we'll just talk about those two goals first. The first one was special.
It was just like bang, bang, bang.
I mean, both goals, they went from our box to their net so quickly. But the strike for the first one,
Bam.
oh, it was just super.
It was just bang.
Kane did really well. He took a few of them out of the game. Reggie did really well, even though you'd hardly notice him. But he made a run outside the Son, which left their defender not really sure which one of them to go with. He was checking in. He was aware that Reggie was on the outside and just opened up that little pocket of space. But what a strike!
Yeah.
And then the second one, as soon as Aurier had made that interception, I was like, here we go, it's on.
Yeah.
And before we knew it, it was 4-on-2 or 3-on-2 or something, but
Yeah.
we had a man over. And I thought Son held it up a little bit too long, but he knew Kane was on the overlap, and bang, you don't stop that. Absolute rocket.
It was like bang,
The
bang.
goalie was just lucky it didn't hit him because it would have knocked him into next week. Yeah, so 2-0 up at half time, and you'll recall I was saying we're in for 45 minutes of Mourinhoball now.
Yeah.
And that's what we got. It's not easy to watch, and I suppose it's not entertaining, but I think if we do it for 10, 15 games, I'd be more comfortable with it if we can prove that we're proficient at it. Because I'm still expecting us to do a West Ham in a minute, because it's just in our nature. We give away one and we fall apart.
Yeah.
So every time the ball's coming into the box, I'm expecting the other team to score. And in fairness, I thought Arsenal played well in the second half, despite the way that their fan base are having an absolute meltdown.
They never play well.
Well, that's not fair. That's not fair. They do play well.
Not as good as we.
No, not at the moment, and not on Sunday. But I don't think it's fair to say they never play well. Okay, you have your opinion, but I thought they played well in the second half. I thought they did very well to stop us creating any more breaks. We had only really one, the one that Lo Celso made the wrong pass. He had Son out on the left, and he gave it to Sissoko on the right. And as well as Musa played, that's not his role.
He's just good defensively,
He's
not great at scoring.
He's a destroyer, and he's good at transitioning the ball from back to front. But when he's there in front of the goal and has to make a crucial pass or shot, and he has time to think about it, it's just not him. It's just not his game. So that was unfortunate. We defended very well. They knocked some great crosses into the box, but they'd no one in there with the ability to finish. And we just lapped it up. Lloris made a good save from Lacazette from a header, which he didn't really catch hold of. I think we were lucky there. And Toby had a great block from Aubameyang. But at the end, that was it. They didn't really threaten us. We were clinical when we got our chances, and as soon as Mourinho's team goes 2-0 up, that's that.
Yeah.
As they were saying in commentary, it's like Mourinho's early Chelsea.
That's not good about the Chelsea part.
Well,
we don't like Chelsea.
No, we don't like Chelsea, but it just put something to you. They did win the league a few times, and as we were saying last week, is this what we have to accept in order to win the league or any trophy for that matter. Do we have to accept a more pragmatic brand of football rather than free-flowing attacking football, especially against the more talented teams? Don't know. That's what Mourinho knows. That's what worked for him as Chelsea. It's what worked for him as Inter. It was a little bit different at Madrid because it was a different type of league and he had more resources. It was them against Barcelona. It wasn't like the English league where every game is a potential slip-up. So I said it's something that I'm prepared to live with, but I'm not going to enjoy it along the way. But we have to win the league for it to be worthwhile. I mean, if we finish 5th or 6th and we play this way, like I'm going to be
mad.
I'm going to be mad. Yeah, I'm going to be angry. But yeah, I thought everyone in the team played pretty well. I also think the reason that my friend Bergwijn is playing is because of what he's doing off the ball rather than on the ball. They alluded to that in commentary, and I think they had a point. He's still just not good enough on the ball. There was one point in particular he just misjudged the flight of it. Just unbelievable to see a professional do what he did.
Yeah.
But he worked hard, and that's I take it what he's there for. But I would still rather have Lucas, who also works hard but can score.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it. I mean, if that's the only negative, I mean that's a good day's work, isn't it? But of course, that wasn't the only game during the week. There was also the game in Linz against Lask. What did you think of that?
It wasn't great. We should have won that. Then Deli and Bale scored the penalties.
Yeah, Deli and Bale.
They were good penalties.
Yep.
They scored.
Deli and Bale both scored penalties.
Who scored the other goal?
Son.
And Son's goal was very good. I think we should have had played better at that game.
Yeah, I thought we were absolute tripe in that game.
We were like rubbish.
I don't think any of the players who aren't in the Premier League lineup did themselves any favours. Not one of them. And I think the players who are, Son, Højbjerg, those two anyway, and Dombele as well. I don't think they looked like they were giving it their all. It was like they had one eye on the big game on Sunday, and I suppose that's understandable to a point.
Yeah.
And we still qualified, which was what we set out to do. But again, it was awful. We just didn't give them enough respect. It was a bit like the Antwerp game, except I think we were actually worse, where we just thought it was going to be easier than it was. Hart was back to the goalkeeper that we used to laugh at Man City. I mean, he did have good times at Man City, but I always thought he was susceptible to a long shot, especially low down, and yeah, that proved to be the case again. He had to save a couple of those goals. The third one maybe not so much, but the first two, come on, Joe, you got to sort that out. Sanchez was farcical. Yeah. He was so bad, just disappointing. Tanganga hasn't played a lot of games, and it has to be tough for him in there with Sanchez. I'm not really sure. Doherty didn't do himself any favours. Davies didn't do himself any favours. Yeah, it was hard going, and without Kane or Vinicius up front, yeah, we have to play a bit differently, and it just didn't really work for us. So, yep, hard going as well, and at least that's over with, and we're playing Antwerp now on Thursday.
Yeah.
We need to win the group. We need to win that game.
Yeah.
I think a draw wins it for them.
Yeah.
How important that is another matter. I would be of the opinion myself that with the Crystal Palace game on Sunday and the Liverpool game on Wednesday, I don't care about the Antwerp game. We've qualified. Arguably, we could get a better team if we are runners up in the group, but you just never know. We could win the group and get a better team. So I would be of the opinion that the other two games are more important, because to me the league is more important. And Crystal Palace away are going to be no pushovers. They won 5-1 at the weekend.
Yeah.
I can't remember who they were playing. But yeah, and we had the last game of last season was there, and yeah, we struggled for a draw. So yeah, we're going to have to be on top form to beat them. And yeah, Liverpool is obviously going to be tough. We're going to sit in and hope we nip a few. I would say now at this stage that Jose will be happy with a 0-0 draw at Anfield, and may just play for a 0-0 draw. Mightn't even play for a break. Just sit back for a 0-0 draw, and it's going to be horrible to watch. So hopefully we can win at Palace, because I think if we win at Palace and draw at Liverpool, that'll be a good outing. I suppose if Chelsea win their 2 games, we won't be top of the league anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, ideally I'd like to win at Liverpool, but I don't think he's going to play to win there. It's just not going to happen. But yeah, 3 games, whatever about putting your strongest team out on Sunday and Wednesday, but not if you're putting them out on Thursday as well. You just can't do it. So it will be interesting to see what the lineups are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, what else? Fans back in the stadium?
Yes. Is it 2,000?
Only 2,000, but yeah, they made a good noise.
Yeah.
I know that the acoustics are good in the stadium, and they probably had all the mics down there and with the gain turned up as well, just to make it sound louder than it was.
Yeah.
But so what? It had us on the telly anyway. It had us a bit of atmosphere back to the game that I think we had been missing. Yeah, and hopefully they can build on that and let a few more in on the other end.
I think after a while it's 4,000 then. They're allowed to bring it.
Yeah, well, like the way they had them, they were segregated. They're outdoors and they're segregated. The issue obviously is segregating them when they're in the internal part, when they're inside.
Yeah.
And getting them in and out. And obviously if people are going on the tube and the train, they want to avoid that as well. But like, people are travelling around in public transport in London to go to work and so on. Having a few more of them go to a match, surely it's not that big a deal, but obviously 60,000 can't happen yet. Yeah. But look, it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Right, so there you have us. Anything else to add?
Nope.
No? Yeah. Right, well, that's a wrap for today. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Get that bleeding panda off me, would you? Yeah.